Yo, good morning, YouTube. What's the deal? Hope everybody doing okay. Hope everybody having a good morning. So today I want to hit you guys with another story time today. I wanted to talk about my phobias and why I'm scared of open water and deep pools, man. Let's get into it. But first, let's get our minds right. So we got to get into it in the beginning, right? So I think it all started when I was about what? Let's say I think it was about like when I was 5 years old, man. And I didn't even know how to swim. So I remember I used to stay in Indio, California, and my mom, there was like a pool, and I guess like the deep end was about five, like 5 feet. And that was considered the deep end. So I remember when I used to go to the pool, I couldn't swim. So I used to hang on to the edges of the pool, and I used to just crawl around all the way, even to the deep end. Just keep crawling and crawling and crawling. And my mom and them would always tell me that's not swimming. And like my brother, he kind of already knew how to swim, so he wasn't really scared to kind of just swim around. I would stay in like the shallow ends, like the 2 feet, the 1 feet, or by the stairs and stuff. Until one day, man, I remember we went to go swimming and everything, and my mom was like, she had called me over to the deep end because everyone was playing over there in the 5 feet. And she called me over there, and it was like I didn't want to go over there, but I don't know, like your mom tell you, if you don't get over here and come over, well, you gonna get in trouble, whatever, for not listening. So I end up going over there, and she ends up picking me up off my feet, and I'm like shaking and trying to get out of her arms and everything, and she ends up throwing me into the deep end. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting up here like trying to swim. I don't even know how to swim. My mom's trying to say, you're gonna learn how to swim today. I'm like terrified for my life, dude. Like for real. And then I'm sinking to the bottom. And I'm literally sinking quick. And I'm trying to swim. For some reason, I can't get up. Then I just see my mom, you know what I mean, jump in there and just come get me and then pull me out. And I'm over here crying, coughing up water. And my mom was just like, she was just like, she didn't know what to say. She kind of felt bad. And it was like that kind of traumatized me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? And it took time for me to even decide that I wanted to be ballsy to go ahead and get into the deep end. And I'm not gonna say like it didn't help, but it kind of like I said, it kind of traumatized me, you feel me? But as time went on, I was about 6 or 7, I was getting used to the pool. And one day I just end up just start going into the deep end because that's where all the other kids was doing. And eventually I just got over my fear and started to learn, to start just letting it go. Eventually I started learning how to like swim into the deep end. But then it's like, that's not where the phobia stops. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you guys felt when y'all was younger in the early 2000s and all that, and like the 90s, man, like all them shark movies and all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Being out in that ocean, just like knowing what's beneath you that could just tear you up into shreds. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, it was just weird. But even in a pool, it was like, when I started to learn how to swim, it's like, then I started getting other phobias of being at the bottom for, you know what I mean? It's like, I would be at the bottom chilling, but, sorry, that's Alexa. I'd be at the bottom chilling, like not for too long, but like when I'm down there, I'm just like, I don't know, like, I don't know if you guys ever like went underwater and just closed your eyes and just kind of just floated, and you're just like, just underwater floating. Like I would do that, but then I would start thinking too hard. And I'm not gonna lie, like I would think like freaking sharks are gonna come through the freaking ground and like come attack me or pull me. I don't even know. Like I just think like that. It's just weird. and I don't know why. And then I would just end up just getting out of the water, and I'm like, what the? Because I remember there would be times where it's like, as a kid, you like being in the water, you know what I'm saying? You like being in the pool. And you would stay in the pool, you know what I mean? Your parents are telling, especially living in apartments, everybody's parents is telling them like, oh, it's time to come home. It's time to come home. And it's like, okay, can we stay extra hour? Can we stay a little bit more? And it's like, parents don't want you to because everyone's, hollering, it's time to come eat dinner, you know what I mean? And everyone knows, kids know, back then was like, when you come eat dinner, that's it. You ain't coming back outside, you know what I'm saying? So we would stay until the freaking, say before the, like the pool lights turn on, you know what I mean? So it would be dark in the pool before those automatic lights would turn on. And like we'd be playing and play Marco Polo on it, but then it's like that dark water, man. I don't know. It just does something to my brain, man. Like I only could play in it for so long, then my mind start thinking, and it's like, you know what I mean, seeing too many other movies and you see dark water and it's like, I don't know, man, it's just weird. It's just so weird. You know what I mean? I don't know why. It's just weird. Even taking a bath, it's just, I don't know, it's so weird. It's super weird. But with open water, oh no. For me, with open water, I don't know, man. It's something about, like, I have no control, you know what I'm saying? Like, my feet not touching the ground. And you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've like I said, I've given everything a try, and it's just something about water, man. I don't know what it is, man. Knowing that there's so many big living creatures in there that could just scoop you up, you know what I mean? Especially being out there in open water, there's no type of land nowhere, and you don't know what to do. And if you don't know how to swim, oh man, it's over. You know what I mean? And for me, it's like when I used to start going to the beaches, like I had one bad experience, you know what I mean, that tripped me out. Like, and this is like in the shallows, like at least the water came up here to at least like shoulder length, you know what I mean? And I remember going out there and it was cool, you know what I mean? I know some people use sea shoes, so like your feet don't really touch the actual ground or whatever, but it's like I was trying to get the full experience. People go out there barefoot, so I'm going out there walking on the sea floor or whatever, like, the beach floor, whatever you want to call it. I get out there to shoulder length, you know what I mean? I'm swimming with the boogie boards with my brother and his friend and everything. Everything's smooth, you know what I mean? And rode a couple waves back, got smacked by a couple waves, flipped under a couple waves, and keep going back and forth. And then it was just right when we wanted to come back in to come get some lunch, to go sit underneath the little tent, his tent that his mom made. We were walking back, and I swear it was because it was seaweed wrapped around my leg. And it was like, to me, it felt like somebody grabbed my leg or something grabbed me. And it was like, I was so terrified. I was so terrified that I freaking, like, you know what I mean? Whatever, it was wrapped around my leg. So, you know what I mean? Like the seaweed. And it was like when I was pulling, it felt like something was like resisting against my leg. So I just yanked my leg super hard. And I felt like, I was like, well, whatever that was, if that was somebody's arm or whatever, like some type of creature's arm, it just got yanked off. Because it scared the crap out of me. And it's just, I just don't like that. I don't know why. And it's like scuba diving, and it's like, you've seen what happened with that submarine that went down there, and that's not even people out in the open. Like, you're in the open, but in a supposedly scientifically built container to help you go deep. You know what I mean? But that exploded. So I'm just like, no. You know what I'm saying? People was like, yo, you should try to go scuba diving. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Even when I used to go to aquariums, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I know I wasn't weird, you know what I'm saying? When I go to aquariums, and it's like, I don't know if you ever went to, whoever been to SeaWorld, the soak zone, how it has all those red painted stairs, but I had I guess some people, I guess you can have the option to go stand up against the glass. So I wouldn't even go. I sat in the soak zone for a little bit, but then I seen kids standing up against the actual glass. And I was like, oh, can we go down there? And they're like, oh yeah, you can stand against the glass. And it was like I stood against the glass, and it was like I was just looking in there, and it was like, like the show's going on and everything, and then you know, the orca goes underneath and pushes the person out the water, and then they fall right back in, and then they swim down to go get them. That was the shit that freaked me out, man. That was like, heck no. And then I know you see videos of people getting attacked by orcas in there. I was like, yeah, I ain't never getting in that tank. And that's why I said I don't mess with. I love aquatic animals. I love the ocean, but I don't know, something about the water, man. And it's like, I know it's a phobia I gotta get over, but that's something that's like, man, the ocean just don't mix. Not with land people. I don't know, man. To each his own, but it's like, man, I don't know, how would you feel like you jump in the water and you turn around, here's this big whale just pass right by you, or you see a freaking shark or something, you know what I mean? And then you see all these videos telling you if you see a shark to, like, you know, fight. I'm like, that's more easier said than done, because it's like when you really see it, it's just like, yo, you might, you know, freeze up or something. Then plus you got to keep yourself above water or whatever. And if you don't know how to breathe and you panic, man, I'm like, yeah, dude, nah. Water, man. Like, I like swimming. I like, you know, being in the water, but it's just so weird. I just can't do it for too long, because my mind gets to, like, messing with me. I start overthinking stuff, and then it just becomes, like, trash. So it's like, I rather watch it from, like, you know, I guess like on a boat or something. I don't know. And it's like, I even be scared to even go deep sea fishing, because like that's even dangerous. That's what it is, you know. Like the ocean is like pretty much like the like space. That shit is unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? You think one thing and then here goes the next. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just recently watched some shark movie on AMC Plus, and it was just like my phobia kicked back in. I was just like, oh man, you know what I mean? I'm thinking like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, I want to skydive, but it's like, dang, I got to do it once. You know what I'm saying? I got to do it once, but I don't know when, man. That's one thing that really terrifies me. It's just open water, deep water, man. I don't know. I start thinking about, like, you know, too many shark movies and stuff, man. But yeah, man, I just wanted to tap in on that little situation, man, about, you know, a little phobia of mine, man. You know what I mean? And why it scares me so much, man. It's just, I don't know if it's a trauma. I don't know if it was just, you know, I don't know, man. It's just something about that open water, man. I don't know. Like, imagine being on a boat and you chilling and you partying, drinking and everything. All of a sudden, you know, just like some dumb shit, like a movie. You chilling, drinking with your friend, boom, boom, you get knocked over into the open. And obviously everyone's too drunk to not really pay attention, but then they finally notice, but the boats keep going and you just out there. You don't know how to swim. And you trying to do the best you can to stay afloat, knowing that you're gonna eventually get tired and start sinking, because they gotta come back around, not knowing like what is in that surrounding area. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you fell right there and then it was just this whale already coming up trying to get some krill or something? You see what I'm saying? It's just like weirdness, man. I just want to tap into that situation, man. But yeah, man, I hope everyone's having a good day, man. And I appreciate everybody subscribing to my channel, man. Like I said, I'm gonna keep pumping out more videos, man. Until next time, man. Keep your heads up, man. Stay positive, man. And yeah, have a good day, man. High vibrations. Much love. Peace.